You know what I just realized about the Virgo eclipse that's happening on September 21st? Mercury is not going to be retrograde. Mercury will be direct. We are going to be able to actually move on and move forward with this eclipse for both of them, because the Pisces eclipse on September 7th is also going to be ruled by Virgo. Crazy. And we have 2 new moons in Virgo, one of them being on August 23rd. That one is not an eclipse, but it is still a new moon in Virgo. Every single one of those over the coming about month, they haven't started yet, but when they do start, it'll be like a month from August 23rd. We're moving on. Those are going to be some big events of, okay, here's the new beginning, here's the new beginning, here's the new beginning. You see how my eyes got wider every single time? I have a feeling that's what this eclipse season is going to be like. You ever see those like movies where people have their eyes taped? That's what I think is going to happen. Oh boy. And I'm honestly so grateful that Mercury is going to be direct for this upcoming eclipse season, because Mercury retrograde, if it was going to be retrograde for the upcoming eclipse season, it would just have us be wrapping up all these cycles. And what have we already been doing? What have you been doing? That's what I've been doing. I don't know about you, but that's what I've been doing. Wrap this up. It's a wrap. We got other stuff to get done. So it's been get it done. So I'm ready to move on. That's why I'm so grateful. That's why I'm so ready. Ready? Grateful? Both. I'm ready for it. I know we still have time between now and when we have that first new moon in Virgo at the end of August. However, like, let's get a little clever, okay? I'm honestly not really sure what I'm expecting for the upcoming eclipses when it comes to like my personal stuff yet. I know it's gonna be a really big turning point. I'm not quite sure yet the direct like impact of it. More to come on that. I've been looking on more general things recently, and that's more of the information I've been bringing to the internet also. And okay, getting clever, I think we're gonna see some bigger changes ground than we're expecting. So that's why I say I don't know what I'm expecting for myself yet. So I don't have like a relativity of that, but I think it's gonna be bigger than we're expecting, especially for people who have been clocked in doing what they need to since Saturn entered Pisces March of 2023, or have clocked in anytime since then, really. Also true. What to expect is gonna be direct around those Pisces and Virgo spaces in your chart. 12th house, 6th house, Mercury, Neptune, and the houses that Pisces and Virgo might be in for you. That's also true. So relate that as you need to. The other thing about Virgo, and I think this kind of lends to the factor of blinding, like we can't quite see it yet. Virgo is about getting wrapped up into the contracts of the underworld that we don't know anything about yet. We don't even realize that we've signed up for a contract. We don't even know. We don't know what we signed up for. We don't know what we're walking into. We might have I have an idea about it, but we don't know the totality. There's no way to understand the gravity of the exchange or what can be expected with Virgo. There's always going to be a blinding aspect to it. It's just in the nature of the place. Love you, Virgo. Love you, Persephone. And you know what? I love you, Hades and Pluto as well. That's also true. For those of you that don't know, the story of Virgo is Persephone being brought into the underworld, and then she eats the 6 pomegranate seeds, and that signs her up for a contract where she's gonna stay there forever. And then Demeter, her mom, makes sure that the contract is every 6 months so that the plants don't completely and totally die. Yeah. But did she know that she was signing up for that? Probably not in the fullness of it. Did she have intuitive feelings about it? Only she could say. That's the truth. So you know what? We're not gonna know till we get there. And the reason I think it's gonna be bigger than we think is because the South Node being in Virgo is gonna be with the new moon on August 23rd. Is gonna be with the ruler of the Pisces eclipse. The eclipse in Pisces might be in a Pisces eclipse, but it's gonna be ruled by Virgo. And then we have the Virgo eclipse on September 21st. And that South Node brings things to the earth. The North Node, it lifts them up, it gets them up, it puts it in the sky. We got to look at this from a higher perspective. I don't understand the whole picture. I don't understand what I'm doing yet. I don't get it yet, but I know that I need to. New purpose, okay? I find a lot of the times also people who are following a spiritual path, they focus North Node work a lot of the time. Spirituality becomes like a place where those tools can become accessible to work through. This is my bigger purpose, even if I don't understand it or I don't know how to get there. Not for everybody, but I find that people who are like very North Node centered in their lives turn to spirituality a lot of the time. So relative, if you feel like that's relatable, but I definitely do. I've seen it in a lot of the people I've worked with as well. But that South Node is like your earthly skill. What are you just really good at on the earth? So when it comes to the eclipse cycles and the eclipses happening, okay, well, we're going to put this right in front of you on the earth. It's going to be here. It's going to be grounded. Something that has been in the sky comes down to the ground now. Love you, the land and the sky. That is the truth. So the fact that we have the new moon, the full moon that is an eclipse, and then the new moon that is an eclipse, August 23rd, September 7th, and September 21st, every single one of them is interacting with that South Node. You better bet you there's gonna be a lot of change in the physical. Do we know what it's gonna do in the future for us? Nope, not in totality. Do we know right now what it's kind of getting us out of contractually? We have to remember that Pluto's retrograde, and Pluto is a part of the story. Well, Hades is the underworld, right? Is a part of that story of Virgo. So like we're getting out of a contract, but one of the things about contracts and exchanges and bindings is you don't get out of one if you don't have another one to get into. That's the nature of that world. Practice, binding, there's probably a lot of words that are applicable for that, so I'll leave it at that. We're about to have a lot of things come to the earth, come earth side, come down for the rock. Something also probably that you've been working on again since Saturn started to be in Pisces March of 2023. What have you been doing? Here we are, and here we go. That's true, you know? So gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Whatever it is that's coming through for you, may it be easily a part of your brew. Because you know what? Sometimes with Saturn, it's not. So hopefully it is. Make it be as easy as possible. That's the truth. Especially with Saturn related stuff. Keep up the brew that you do. I for sure will too. For more magic and astrology updates, follow me here and on Substack. And I'll talk to you soon. Also true.